Alright, so it's been another big day of working on the Jeep. Spent most of the morning from about 8 to 12:30 working on it, almost 1 o'clock working on it. And I finally finished. First thing that I did today was replace the engine mounts. As you can see, I can no longer stick my finger under there. It's nice and tight. The old ones are pretty shot. Ran into a couple of issues. First one was one I knew about. I have to remove this to remove that bolt, and not just the oil filter but the whole adapter. And I thought it had new rubber O-rings, and I do not. So I'm actually going to have to take this off again, and I'm going to replace those O-rings because I reused the ones I had, and that's not smart. But I had to get it back on, and it's not currently leaking. Hopefully it won't start leaking. If it does, it'll be just a little leak for right now until I can replace those O-rings. But I'm also going to have to redo these engine mounts. The reason being is on the bottom of this, let me go get the old one actually so I can show you. So on these engine mounts you have this, which is just a hole and there's a bolt that goes through it. But you have this side that has a nut on it. This is the one that was originally on my Jeep. I don't know if it's OEM or what. The other one's, this one's better than the other one, but this one is the one I picked up. But this thread is different than the thread that's on the ones that I received from Rock Auto. Other than that, they're identical, but the thread is different, and I didn't realize that. And I started to take the bolt that was on this one, or excuse me, the nut that was on this one, and tighten it on the other one, and it actually went on pretty easily. I thought it was the same. It's just barely different. It went on about 3/4 of the way, and then it kind of got a little tight. So I put just a little bit more effort into it, not much. I didn't, I wasn't brute forcing it. I didn't have a breaker bar or anything. I was just using my normal socket wrench, and I just kind of gave it a little extra to. I thought maybe there was some dirt on the thread or something, and it actually snapped off on the new one. So this one's actually missing this stud, or at least most of it. There's probably 2 or 3. If I can get it to focus, there's probably 2 or 3 threads sticking out of the bottom, but I just don't think that's enough to try to thread something onto, and so I'm going to have to redo this one. The other side, I ruined this trying to figure out which nut it was. I have, like anybody, I have a box of spare nuts, and so I was just going through to see if I had a nut that would fit it, and just screwing a bunch of them on and off kind of mangled it up a little bit, so I don't trust it, so I'm going to replace both again. Rock Auto, I think these are like $4, so it's not breaking the bank. I just wish I had known that before I had tried. I'll probably take it to when I take it off, I'll probably take it to like Lowe's or Home Depot or something, and go through and try to figure out what that is. So I have to do the engine mounts here. My pile of junk I need to throw away. The other thing I did do today is I did a transfer case drop, and I know a lot of people moan and complain, say you shouldn't do a transfer case drop. I get my phone camera to focus. There we go. But I picked these up for under $10, and it was actually cheaper to buy these than it was to go buy some bolts and washers from the hardware store. And I also replaced the engine mount. That's the reason why I did these, is I decided to replace the transmission mount, and since I have to take this off anyways to do that, I figured I'll do the drop, because I know I need to do a SYE slip yoke eliminator install, but I also need to rebuild my transfer case. It's real noisy, and so I don't have the money to do all that, and I'd like to do it, when I go to do one, I'd like to do both. Rebuild the transfer case and install the slip yoke eliminator. That way it's all done at one time and it's done right, and I don't have to keep going back and redoing stuff. But that will take quite a bit of money, and I just don't have that much money right now. So I decided to do this until probably late summer, when I can rebuild the transfer case and do the slip yoke eliminator. Because with my Metal Cloak lift, it's supposed to be 3.5 inch, and I'm actually pushing more like 4.5 inches, which is causing me some driveline vibrations. What really happens is when I go to brake and my front end dives a little bit, you know, when I'm really braking hard, it actually causes, you can actually hear my U-joints clicking, which I just had those replaced, and I don't want to have to replace those again anytime soon. Of course, probably going to have to do a whole new drive shaft when I do the slip yoke, but you know, that'll happen when it happens. So, haven't driven it yet. I'm about to go out and actually take it for a quick test drive as I make sure I pick up all my tools out of under the hood. I have a terrible habit of leaving tools under here. These are real handy, by the way. If you don't have a set of these are real nice, just to tighten stuff down, finger tight. Anyways, if you like my videos, you want to support this channel, please update any bookmark you have to Amazon to the affiliate link I have below. Once you start using it, it should update. If you use Google or anything else like that, it should start updating it automatically for you. And any purchase you make through there, a small bit of that comes back to me, and I appreciate any and every little bit that I get. Helps me with repairs and the production of these videos. So thank you for watching, and hope you have a great day.